Of the third round, and just one place in the quarterfinals left up for grabs. Michael van Gerwen, the world #1 on stage once more, and he's up against a man he's played many times before, and a man who is certainly capable of causing van Gerwen one or two problems here. Kevin Painter coming through in good style against Stuart Kellett in the first round, and then Justin Pipe yesterday had the highest average in the first round in that win over Stuart Kellett. And I think Painter will have watched that performance by Rene Idams last night and will have taken plenty of encouragement from it. The lesson you're saying, or the way he's got to go here today, Rod, is to get at Michael van Gerwen straight away.
Well, he has got to, because what has happened, the last 3 matches that Michael van Gerwen's played, it's taken him a little while to get into his stride. So I said to Kev, you know what you've got to do, and it's get out of the gate quick and get an early, 3-1 lead, and then, we know that Michael's going to find his form, maybe from the very first darts. But I think the only chance Kev's got is to get out of that gate very quickly. Especially he's got the throw, get that first leg under the board and under your belt. And I also said that against Justin Pipe, he lost his rhythm a lot. He was throwing his darts so hard. He said, you've got to keep your rhythm. You need them extra points. The 81s and 85s are not going to beat Michael van Gerwen.
Yeah, the key for Idams last night, he broke van Gerwen twice
140
in van Gerwen's first 2 legs where van Gerwen was throwing first. The problem was he was broken in between. He could so easily have been 3-0 up. He missed a dart at double 16 in that second leg as well, so conceivably van Gerwen could have been in a real spot of bother. He was made to work hard as it was. But if Painter can do likewise here, van Gerwen may well have something to think about.
100.
Yeah, see, Kev's expression said it all there. The first dart was absolutely perfect in the treble, and one is not going to be enough against Michael. He needs to find 2 trebles on 2 visits in every leg. He's got the advantage. He's got 6 darts from here. He needs to find 1 treble. Oh, the green ones are not the ones he wants.
50.
This is where Michael will probably hit 140 and
100.
That's a bit of a let off for Kev, so got to come down to those 19s. 4 of those will leave him the bullseye.
98. Might be require 80. He's short in the first leg.
Well, when you need to get in to Michael van Gerwen early on, you don't want to suffer an early break. That's exactly what's happened.
And that was, Kevin thrown 15 darts in that leg, so, you're not going to see many legs over that 15 dart mark.
6-2 in van Gerwen's favour when they last met on the European Tour 2 years ago in Holland. And van Gerwen posting a maximum. The first of the match to put himself in a great position in the second leg on his throw as well. These two fighting out the right to face Chris Dobie in the quarterfinals later. Painter responds in kind.
Yeah, and what a good win that was for Chris Dobie against Dave Chisnell. And again, I've got to say, Dave Chisnell's throw at the moment is all over the place. I've never seen him hit so many low scores. It's a shame, a real nice guy, but he's got to sort things out.
100. Mark Uruguay 47.
Double 8 then for a 2-0 lead.
Kevin Uruguay 161.
Well, we saw Chizzy take out a checkout of 164 in the last match on his way to that defeat. Painter won't be taking out 161.
90. Mark Uruguay 16.
Well, for a man who provided
that
outstanding bull double 16 finish and that 138 checkout last night as well, he's labouring with his doubles here, Michael van Gerwen. And it's just opened the door here for Kevin Painter. Double 16 he wants to secure a very unlikely break. And a very unlikely break he has got.
Well, that's all you need is a little bit of luck, and that's what Kev's got there. So he's got the throw back. Kev hit the throw first in this third leg.
Third leg, Kevin to throw first.
Could give him a little bit of confidence and spurring on.
Missed doubles there for Van Gerwen for a 2-0 lead. Idam's also missed a dart at double 16 in the 5th leg as well. So conceivably, he could have been 4-1 up. Had he gone 4-1 up, you suspect Van Gerwen would have probably still turned it around somehow anyway.
Yeah, he would have done, but, you know, they are the only darts that most people are going to get against Michael. So if you're not going to hit them single darts or the high checkouts, then the way Van Gerwen's playing at the moment is just not going to happen.
125.
I mean, you wouldn't say he's playing well, and like I said against Gary Anderson, he's still fine over 100 average, but not playing well. And Van Gerwen, 106 at the moment.
125.
Yeah, I mentioned that win in Holland. They actually met last year as well in Gibraltar. I forgot all about that, of course. It was 6-5 that day in favour of Van Gerwen.
Could go 25 here.
102.
Yeah, 25 leaves him a shot.
136. .96. Kevin, you require 167.
After Van Gerwen, watching on. You can see what Painter thinks about that.
44. Michael, you require 40.
Again, Kev's thrown 15 darts. And still wanting 1, 2, 3.
Shot in the third leg.
You know,
Michael Van Gerwen.
it is not going to happen. He knows that more than, you know, us sitting here talking about it.
73.
We will see more of Kevin Painter on the European Tour this year. He qualified for this, he qualified for Venray. He's also made it through to Gibraltar and to Hamburg as well.
87.
Terrific record in qualifying this year, Kevin Painter.
134.
Yeah, Van Gerwen just finding a little bit extra here.
140.
Just a quick reminder of how the quarter-final is shaping up. 3 qualifiers through to the last 8. James Richardson to face Peter Wright in the first match of the evening session. Joe Cullen also through to face Gary Anderson. Chris Dobey faces the winner of this one. And Ian White against Michael Smith, the second of the 4 quarterfinals.
134. Kevin, you record 134.
Well, a chance here.
Yeah.
He doesn't take it out. He's got to set it up and hope that Michael doesn't take out the 115.
Straight into the 5s again, and that's precarious.
54. Michael, you record 115.
Oh, that's brilliantly done.
Game shots in a full flag. Michael Van Gerwen.
Yeah, that's a bit of a kick for Kevin. Thought he may have come back for the 80.
Game on.
Well, I said that he needed to go 3-1 up in this match to have a chance of beating Michael, and he finds himself 3-1 down.
131.
115 checkout for Van Gerwen.
100.
Well, there you have the stats. As I said, like we mentioned with Gary Anderson, you don't think he's playing well, but he's still got that high averages.
100.
And that will be Van Gerwen's average the world of good.
100.
Painter can't afford to slip up here. A 4-1 lead would look even more unassailable, but Van Gerwen is not in a charitable mood today.
Kevin, you record 170. 95. Michael, you require 41.
Double 16 then for a 4-1 lead.
And
it's another break of throw. And Van Gerwen looks in the mood now.
6 leg Michael to throw first.
Yeah, pushed his overall average up to just over the 110 mark. So this is an exceptional game of darts from Van Gerwen.
99.
And you have to go back, you know, Kev analyses it. I mean, he can still win from here, we know that. But legs 1 and 3, he'd thrown 15 darts
60.
in each of those legs. As I said, if you're going to beat Van Gerwen, you're not going to do it with many legs over 15.
No.
It just isn't going to happen.
When
you have it, legs 1 and 3. Kev threw first in those. He threw 15 darts and never had a poke at a double.
Keeps straying into the 5s, doesn't he?
Yeah,
that's happening more and more.
That's the rhythm, the little bit of tension, moving the shoulder into the shot. And there we have it, 123. His front 9 and 110. This is exceptional darts from Michael Van Gerwen.
Pencil with just a little something to get the crowd on side again. No finish for Painter. It's that first dart seemingly every time.
It is, and it comes in more towards the end of the game when there's more and more tension.
So double 4 then for 5-1.
68.
Well,
Kevin, you require
chance here for Kevin.
Yes, and it would be a break of throw.
Double 16.
58. Michael, you require
And
8.
with that, you suspect it could be game over.
Certainly
as far as this leg is concerned.
7th leg Kevin to throw first.
Yes, you know, he's given 2 darts at a double. And Gerwen's not going to give you too many chances.
But he's still capable of coming up with moments of magic.
Yeah, Kev also said that, you know, even if he does lose, it's going to give him some idea of where his game is in the professional game now.
60.
3 darts like that, I mean, are just unlucky. They're on the top wire.
Well, it's been a wonderful session of darts. So many talking points. Upsets to boot as well. 3 qualifiers through to the quarterfinals.
51.
But it may well end in a very familiar name on the trophy.
Well, certainly he'll be the odds on. And, the way it goes, if Anderson and Van Gerwen win their semis, they will win their quarters. They will play each other in the semis.
Yeah, the top half is the place to be.
Oh, it certainly is.
96. Kevin, you require 106.
Van Gerwen's on the 1-3-2 again, by the way. Do you think he'd do it again?
Team charge in the 7th.
He won't get a chance.
If they Michael to throw first.
Yeah, if Kevin had hit the double 16 or the double 8, you know, all of a sudden that's 4-3.
100.
Too many tons and not enough 140s, I'm afraid.
60.
Well, his best performance in Europe last year was a run to the 3rd round in Mulheim. It looks as though it's the 3rd round stage that will be the culmination here as well, unless he can build on that and at least take Van Gerwen a little bit further here.
140.
Well, you feel he's only going to get 6 darts from here. That's that Treble 5 again, Rob.
85. Martin, you require 161.
Wouldn't put it past him, but he won't get it now.
93. Kevin, you require 136.
Well, again, Van Gerwen may only get one done on the double, so if Kevin doesn't take this out, then he needs to just set it up.
42. Martin, you require 68.
Not really done.
No, Van Gerwen here. 16 leaves tops.
28.
And he's not there yet.
Kevin, you require 94.
Well, we see this so many times. Will he go bullseye or will he go for the 54? He's gone for the bullseye. Now the 19.
Oh, he's missed it.
Oh, I can't believe that.
Well, he's left with 62 here, so he'll try and set it up as best he can, but Van Gerwen, with 3 goes at tops, you fancy would take it out
44.
anyway.
Well,
that's bitterly, bitterly disappointing from Kevin Painter's point of view. Here we go then. 6-2 is the scoreline in the end. And it was very, very comfortable indeed for Michael Van Gerwen. Kevin Painter not landing too many punches in that one. Too many straight darts, not enough consistency. And Michael Van Gerwen acknowledges the crowd as he advances to the quarterfinals of the German Masters, where he will face the qualifier Chris Dobie.
Und herzlichen Glückwunsch, the Green Machine hat wieder zugeschlagen. Michael Van Gerwen.
That concludes the third round action. Let's hear from your latest winner, Michael Van Gerwen.
Today, was it again scheiße gespielt?
And a bit better. I don't know. I'm not good in German that well, but I'm going to try to learn a bit more. So, ik kan een beetje dus verstaan, maar ik kan niet zo goed spreken.
Ja, das war schon sehr gut. Very good, very good. Also, ja, ich denke, ihr habt es verstanden. Ich habe gefragt, ob es heute wieder scheiße gespielt war. Nein, es war ein bisschen besser. Und er versucht ein bisschen Deutsch zu lernen. Er versteht es schon sehr gut. Next question, in English or in German?
Yeah, you can choose. No, English is better, easier for me.
Okay, in English. So, everybody's wondering, who's going to stop you? Who's going to stop you at this tournament? What do you think? Who's the hardest title contender for you?
To be fair, everyone who I'm playing is a difficult opponent, but I think the big threats coming later in the tournament, like Gary Anderson, maybe second in the semi-final. But Chris Dobie, he did really well against Dave Chisnell, so you need to be aware of what you're doing, and you need to make sure you don't make any mistakes.
Also ich habe ihn gefragt, wer aus seiner Sicht die größten Konkurrenten hier um den Titel sind. Er sagt, ja, natürlich die ganz großen Namen kommen später im Turnier. Zum Beispiel Gary Anderson, der im Semifinale, im Halbfinale warten könnte. Aber auch jemand wie Chris Dobie, der spielt ein tolles Turnier und man darf ihn nicht unterschätzen und sich einfach keine Fehler erlauben. Michael wird jetzt auch noch gleich Backstage 3 Sachen unterschreiben. Ein Dartboard, ein Magazin für die Tombola. Und schnappt euch da noch eure Lose. Ansonsten war's das für die Session, für den Moment. Wir hoffen, so viele wie möglich von euch heute Abend auch wieder begrüßen zu dürfen. Bis dahin, eine schöne Zeit und bis später. Thank you, Michael Van Gerwen.